everyone, and welcome back to another video on Satoshi Central. As usual, I hope you guys are all having a lovely day, and it is amazing to have you all here with me. So today I just wanted to talk a little bit about transparency within Bitcoin, as well as my hourly buys, which Corey has in fact inspired me to do. Thank you so much, Corey. Don't stop what you're doing. Your videos are so amazing, and the transparency is key here. I really admire that about your videos. So as for my hourly buys, I used to do 10 cents an hour. That was coming out to $2.40 a day, 24 hours in a day. And it was sufficient for me at the time in the position I was in life, and I was stacking. Slowly but surely I was going to reach my goal. And if you watch my previous videos, you do now know that stacking kind of got hindered a little bit, but we are back on it, back on the top. So now, to get myself back to where I want to be, I've started a new hourly buy of 25 cents an hour, which is $6 a day, and it's been great. I am doing the hourly buy because I feel like it's helping me build my conviction, and just that notification popping up on my phone, I can't lie, is very satisfying, just to know that I'm stacking every hour. I do intend on doing smash buys as well beside that hourly buy whenever, there's a dip or something. I'm not sure if it's gonna be dipping soon, but we're hoping so we can get more sats, right? So that's where I'm at right now. I'm still on my goal to reach 1 million Satoshis. We are getting there. And I am so excited to continue, just stacking beyond that. Like, that's my first milestone, and it just is motivating me even more. Like, I'm trying to smash by beside my hourly buys because I'm like, girl, we need to get there. So it's been quite a journey, as you've heard in my previous two videos, which were like kind of a part 1 and part 2. And I don't know if I wanted this to necessarily be a part 3. I kind of just wanted it to be a wrap up. So with the full transparency there of my hourly buys, I just want to talk about the fact that everybody has their own personal journey. My journey started out different from everybody else's. I mean, I'm sure everybody has, but I necessarily didn't get into Bitcoin for any financial reason, and it was a bit tough for me at first because, like, I was getting into it because I understood the system that we were in was corrupt, as I've been saying. I understood that we were in a system that was built off of trust while deceiving you at the same time because you put that trust into the system. And it was, a little like, I don't know if heartbreaking is the word, but just to know like your reality is built off of lies is a bit, it's a lot to grasp initially. So when money got brought into the conversation, which we've talked about, that's mainly what it's about. Like, money is a unit of account. Like, we're exchanging our time and energy for this money. Other things come into play with that, and I kind of was just rejecting money altogether. And I was like, when I found Bitcoin, I was like, cryptocurrency, like, what the heck? No. Like, if I was going from a system that was trust in us, like the title of my previous video, I don't want to trust in anything, like, I don't want to put my trust into a system at all. And like the propaganda surrounding cryptocurrency, like, everybody tries to say it's just a lie. And I was definitely kind of like, I do not want to put my trust into anything anymore. So after I was kind of having that little mindset, I realized I had to do more studying. And I really didn't know much about Bitcoin at all. I didn't know nearly as much as I thought I did. I knew the deception and the lies. I just couldn't quite grasp any solution that wasn't built off of trust, you know. So while doing some of my research, especially recently now, I wanted to make the point that I was watching Michael Saylor's 21 Rules of Bitcoin. And his third rule was that before anybody accepts Bitcoin, they reject it. And it helped me understand my journey a little bit more. And I didn't want to be so tough on myself, because when you do start educating yourself about money, the history of how everything was created, you realize that you really don't know anything that you thought you did. And everything that you had been taught was like all a lie. And like I said, it's kind of like a little trust issue at first, and you don't want to put your trust into anything anymore. You want to verify, right? And then that's when I realized, like, after doing my own personal research and studying, that is literally the number one rule in Bitcoin. Do not trust, verify. And it helped me build an even stronger conviction, because I had to give myself that grace. I was like, that is exactly what needed to happen for me. I had to reject it. I had to deny it, because if I didn't, then I wouldn't have understand the concept of Bitcoin at all. I wouldn't have been able to truly grasp the beauty within it. And I did have another realization the other day when I was talking to my mentor, and I was like under this impression that Bitcoin only matters if everybody catches on. And, you know, one of the last things Satoshi Nakamoto left us with was that it'll mean something if enough people catch on. So in my head, the idea that I was kind of building for myself was more like oh, so this is not going to mean anything if a lot of people don't figure it out. So I kind of was like, yeah, we have to get everybody to figure it out, because that's how the value of it is going to go up. The more people who know about it, the more that we'll put into the system, which is obviously still valid. But I wasn't realizing the biggest picture about it, which was the fact that it was, you know, made for decentralization. It's not that Bitcoin's not going to be important. Bitcoin is a beautiful tool within itself that we all need to realize, so that we do not fall at the hands of a centralized system again. It's a powerful tool. Bitcoin is always going to be a beauty. That doesn't take, people knowing about it doesn't take away from its power. It's the wrong people who know about it which take away from its power. If all of these people at the top gained all control of all the Bitcoin, then we would be in the exact same situation that we are now, and potentially worse, because this is quite in fact the newest invention and the best invention to serve money by far. And in the wrong hands, that's gonna be tough, you know. And I realized that if enough people don't catch on, then we're going to be at the hands of a centralized system who have the control of a money that is much more valuable, that is finite, that will never be created in history again. This cannot be recreated. Like, this is it. And we need as many people to wake up so that it can stay peer-to-peer. Like Jerry says, we need as much Satoshi millionaires as possible. Because then we're gonna have a system where everybody's working for, like, you know, a few Satoshis an hour. Like, eventually it's gonna have to get to that, because it's gonna serve as the new currency. But if we have enough people catching on now and everybody's able to have self-custody of a certain percentage, then it'll just be a peer-to-peer system. It'll be the perfect medium exchange. So I do want to start getting into the analytics of everything and why Bitcoin is a great solution. Because like I said, it serves all those functions of money, but it's like far beyond greater than that. And I want to share the knowledge that I'm learning with everybody too. So we'll get there. But I just had to say that I just appreciate my journey, because we all have our own journey. My journey is not going to be the same as, you know, the next Bitcoiner's journey, because we all have to have that understanding for ourselves. We all have to build that conviction, and only you can do that for you. I don't regret my journey one bit. Like I said, I'm actually grateful that I did deny Bitcoin, because it showed me that I was understanding that we were in a system built on trust and lies. Lies because of that trust. And that's the beautiful thing about Bitcoin. It doesn't require you to trust. It requires you to study. It requires you to build something for yourself that you never thought that you could. It requires a whole different version of you. And letting go of the old version of me to make way for new ideas is what I needed to happen. I just want everybody to be grateful for their own individual journey, because we have our own ways of getting there, you know. We all are coming from a different place. We were all raised different. We all have different perceptions of life, because your perception is based off of, you know, everything you've been through, all your subconscious tendencies, what you were raised believing. So I'm glad that slowly but surely I'm building that conviction for myself, and that I didn't trust. I verified. I saw it for myself, and I don't want anybody to trust what I'm saying. I'm just giving my perspective on why Bitcoin has been a beautiful new way for me, driving innovation, driving a beautiful change that nobody can quite see yet, but it is coming, and we will be here from the beginning to witness it. So as always, thank you all for being here, and I'm so grateful to be on my journey with each and every one of you, and we will get there, guys. We are going to get there. It was slowly but surely at first. I don't know how slow it's gonna go anymore, but thank you for watching. I plan to start my series next week of my Bitcoin standard dissection, and that'll be on Wednesday, so stay tuned for that. But as always, it is grateful to have all of you here, and thank you so much for listening, and I will see you next time. Bye. Have a great day.